Jeremy, Studio City, you're next. Hi, Jeremy.
Hi, good morning. I am calling with my son on the other line here because this is for him. He's got a PC.
Okay.
And, he watches PewDiePie and the people that do...
Of course he does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
What's your son's name?
Jeremy.
Hi, Jeremy.
Hi.
And Jeremy is into Minecraft, or what is he into?
Minecraft, Call of Duty 3, and a lot of other stuff.
Yeah. Okay, cool. I got it. Well, how can I help you, Dad?
Yeah, well, so I'm trying to find a decent program for him to do the video recording of the game while he's playing, like PewDiePie does.
Yeah. So PewDiePie uses some software that's very commonly used by gamers. You do it on a PC. Are you a PC gamer?
Yes.
Okay, good. Because it's a little harder to do it on a console like an Xbox or a PlayStation. But you can do it on a PC. And I wanted to mention, and this might be the thing to kind of wait for and get, a company called Razer, which makes gaming stuff, R-A-Z-E-R, they're at razorzone.com, announced at CES a new camera called the Stargazer that works with existing software, and it does the things that would make you look better than PewDiePie. For instance, sometimes you see PewDiePie, you see the game, but PewDiePie's in a little square box in the corner. The Stargazer will let you be in the game. It takes the background out, and it's just you in the game. This is a very exciting webcam designed specifically for gamers to do what PewDiePie does. Now, I want to warn you, you're not going to make $1 million. So you might, this is going to be, I think, a couple of $100. It's not going to be cheap, but boy, this is going to be the standard. And it works with all of the software that people use to do this. We'll put a link to this camera. It's not going to be available for a couple of months, and the software you need. TechGuyLabs.com. If you're driving, if you're busy, you don't have to write anything down, because every page I mentioned, and plus much more than I even mentioned, we put up there as a reference. And you can go day by day, you can go hour by hour, you can even go question by question, and you can add your comments too. And I hope you'll do that if you have a better idea, suggestion. For instance, I was asking in the chat room what software PewDiePie uses to make his Let's Play videos on YouTube. You remember we had a caller, Jeremy, ended the hour last hour, and his 10-year-old wants to, as every 10-year-old does, by the way, nowadays, make YouTube videos. That's every single one does. Now, and I wonder, and I hope this is not the case, but I wonder if it's because they see that PewDiePie made $7 million last year. And I hope that that's not the reason they want to do it. Because, first of all, there is only one PewDiePie. And second, I don't think all of that money comes from YouTube. I think almost all of the top YouTube earners make money in additional ways. I feel like YouTube I don't feel... How do I say this? If you put videos on YouTube, it's basically a feudal system. You're a serf laboring in the fields of Google, and you give them your stuff, and they deign to give you a rutabaga. Thank you. Thank you for harvesting those 43 acres. Here's a rutabaga. Basically, that's how it works. And that's only if they feel like it. Google doesn't tell you how much they charge for the advertising or how much you get of what they charge. They don't tell you. They just say, here's a rutabaga, and be glad. And what they've done, of course, is they've mentioned the top 20 earners who've made 1 million rutabagas. But that's not what you're going to get. In fact, it's not even what you're going to get if you have 1 million views. So first of all, if you're making videos on YouTube and you're putting those videos up, you're going to get a few hundred, maybe a few thousand views. You're not going to make anything. But even if you get 1 million views, and by the way, that's very hard to do. You have to make great content. And when I say great, it may not be great in my point of view. PewDiePie, I can't watch for more than a minute. But somebody loves PewDiePie. Somebody loves this guy. He's a Swedish guy who makes these videos. They tend to be what's called Let's Play videos. He plays a game, you watch him while he plays the game. Swears a lot. Swears up a blue streak. And I think if you're 10 years old, you think that's pretty funny. I think that's really the basic premise here. That's funny. He said the bad word. And most of these videos, and I've watched a lot of them because I have a 13-year-old at home, and that's all he watches. By the way, he doesn't watch TV. He doesn't watch movies. He plays video games and watches YouTube of other people playing video games. That's pretty much 99% of his content that he consumes. And that's not at all atypical. And that's why somebody like PewDiePie can get millions and millions of views. Then YouTube puts some ads on there, and they give PewDiePie some amount of money. Maybe you've got the magic touch. Maybe you are the next PewDiePie, and I'm sure there is. But it's kind of like saying maybe you're the next Shaquille O'Neal, or maybe you're the next LeBron James, or the next Barry Bonds, or the next Joe Montana. It's you're probably more likely to win the Powerball lottery, I'll be honest with you. In fact, frankly, if I were trying to make some money, I'd buy a Powerball ticket. That's, one chance in 250 million. That's pretty good compared. I think your chances of becoming the next PewDiePie are slimmer. Now you may say, well, but I have control of that. Yeah, maybe you're going to maybe you've got that magic ticket. I don't know. But it's a lot of work. Most of the people, 99.99% of the people who put videos on YouTube make nothing and work very hard. And even if you get 1 million views, you might make a few $100s. I mean, I'm not kidding. It's a rutabaga. It's not wealth and riches. So do it because you like it. Do it because it's fun. Do it because your friends like it, because you're learning how to do video production. Well, there are lots of reasons, but don't do it to be the next PewDiePie. That ain't going to happen. Bad news. It's just not going to happen. And then there's maybe one person listening right now who is going to be the next PewDiePie. Congratulations. I don't even think, frankly, 5 years from now, any of this will even exist. It'll be something else. So really, you shouldn't be aiming at what's hot now. You should be aiming at the next hotness 5 years from now. You'd be better doing that. If you could figure out what that is. I don't think PewDiePie, when he started, said, the next big thing is going to be people watching me swear while I play a video game. I don't think so. I think he did it because this is fun. Anyway, the software people use, and we put this up on the website, there's a variety of stuff. It was Fraps for a long time. If you need to be on a Windows machine. Apparently, everybody uses OBS now. I don't know what PewDiePie uses, but it's probably something like OBS. And, if you're making millions of dollars, you can afford to buy the latest, greatest technology, green screens and all sorts of stuff. But OBS works pretty well for a kid sitting in front of a PC. Dad can set it up. He can record. And, a lot of people are doing it live now on Twitch.tv. That's the next big thing. And there are people make money on Twitch.tv, but that's an interesting system because it's a patronage system pretty much. It's not ad supported so much as people in your chat room give you money. And if you can create a base of fans who give you significant amount of money, it feels a little bit like a TV preacher. I will play Call of Duty until you give me money. But it's kind of what's happening. Twitch.tv is the other place. And these are called, the category is called Let's Play for some reason. We're all playing. OBS is free, which is nice because it's open source. Fraps doesn't live stream, so you'd have to use OBS if you wanted to use Twitch. And I don't know what the magic of it is, frankly. And maybe I'm coming off as a jealous old media guy saying, well, these kids, that's not content. You need to have blow-dried hair if you want to do good content. Maybe that's probably what I sound like. But I would just warn people. You probably have a better chance of becoming an NBA star, of winning the Powerball, than you do of being the next big YouTube star. It's tough. And there was a good article in the New York Times about people, the vast majority of successful people on YouTube who are well-known. They don't make quite enough money to keep ends together, so they have to have real jobs, and they find it very hard because they get recognized all the time as they're waitressing or serving burgers at McDonald's, and it's embarrassing because people say, oh, what are you doing here? You're a YouTube star. Yeah, well, you can't live on rutabagas. 8888 ask, Leo. It's fun to watch. It is fun to watch, I have to say. I understand that. And you know, if you're into a game, if you're into League of Legends, which is very popular, for instance, on Twitch, you can learn a lot about that game. I think that's one of the reasons Michael, my son, watches a lot of YouTube. Is because partly it's because he's learning how to play the game or new techniques. And then sometimes it's just because they say bad words really loud in sudden fashion, and he thinks that's hysterical.